In this video, we will take a look at dictionary comprehension in Python, which is a concise and efficient way to create dictionaries using a single line of code. It is similar to list comprehension, except we have to factor in the key and the value of the dictionary. So let's head over to PyScripter and check it out. Let's create a list of tuples. We'll call it country list. We'll set it equal to our square brackets, and we'll start with our parentheses and supply in Ireland and 5.05 to represent the population in millions. Add a comma and more parentheses. We'll put in France, and we'll set that to 64.07, and we will add in Canada and set that to 37.78. We'll hit enter, and we have our list of tuples with Ireland, France and Canada and their respective populations. We want to convert these tuples into key and values in a dictionary. We could set country dict to equal our parentheses and then iterate through the list for country in country list. We want to call our country dict, and in our square brackets the key will be the first element of each tuple and the value will be the second element of each tuple. Hit enter again, and we can print our country dict to screen and see we have our dictionary. But we can do that on one line of code. We'll create a variable called country_comp to represent our comprehension. We'll set this to equal curly braces. Similar to list comprehension, we need a for loop. So for key value in our country list. So this key value is just unpacking each tuple in the country list. So key will be Ireland and value will be 5.05. Key is France with a value of 64.07, and the key is Canada with a value of 37.78. Now we need to create our dictionary. So key value, and our dictionary comprehension reads key value for key value in country list. Hit enter and print our country comp variable to screen, and we can see that we created our list with dictionary comprehension. We created our dictionary with dictionary comprehension from our list of tuples. So let's take a look at the basic syntax for dictionary comprehension. We see that it is curly braces. We have a key expression followed by a colon and the value expression. We then have our for loop for item, and item represents the variable for the for loop in iterable. So iterable is any iterable object, and we can have an optional condition, which we're going to see in an example. I'll comment that out and hit enter. So if we check our last example, we have our key as the key expression, our value as the value expression. Our key value here is the item from the iterable, because within our iterable we have a tuple and we need to unpack both elements of the tuple into variables. And then of course country list is our iterable. Let's take a look with filtering with a condition. We'll just keep overwriting our country comp dictionary. We'll set that equal to our curly braces. Start with our for loop. So for key value in our country list, if, so we're going to use membership, if the key, so if the country name is in a list that contains Ireland or Canada, we'll go back to the beginning of our for loop and we want to get our key value pair. We'll hit enter, and I can see I have an error, and it is quite obvious that I did not say in for the list. So if you see here, I have key value for key value in country list if key. Now I forgot the in, which is very important. I hit enter, and we'll go country comp and print the screen, and we can see that France was omitted because we used the condition that we only wanted the key if it was in Ireland or Canada. Let's do another condition. We'll overwrite the country comp and we'll set it equal to our curly braces. Our for loop will again be for key value in our country list. And this time we are going to use a comparison operator of less than 25. And we want to say if our value is less than 25. So for key value in country list, if the value is less than 25, return the key value. Hit enter and print our country comp to screen, and we can see Ireland is the only one that satisfies where the value is less than 25. We can see that Canada is 37, which is greater than, and so is France's 64. We can also use the dictionary comprehension to process the data as we go along. Let's create our variable country underscore comp and set it equal to our curly braces. Our for loop is for key value in our country list. We'll go back to the front of our dictionary comprehension, and we want to create a key where it is the uppercase of each string, and we're going to multiply our value by 1 million because they represent populations in millions. We'll hit enter and we'll print our country comp to screen, and we can see that we have our uppercase strings and that our values have been multiplied by 1 million. Now you'll often see this with floats, that you will get this 0.999. This should have been 640700, but we get this 0.9 recurring. What we can do, because we do not want the decimal place, we can cast our expression for value into an int. Run again, and now we reprint the country comp, and we have our populations in millions. We can also see that France should have been 6407 rather than this 699, and I'm going to leave an explanation for this under this video. This is a common issue when dealing with floats. For our last example, we are going to use conditional logic. We'll set our country comp to equal our curly braces. This is a little bit different. So we have our for loop. So for our key value in our country list, so again we're just unpacking the tuples in our country list. We'll set our key expression, no capital letter, just key, and our colon. Now we can have conditional logic in here. We're going to say high if the value is greater than 25, else low. So if the population is greater than 25, our value is going to be high, otherwise it is low. Hit enter and print our country comp variable to screen, and we can see we have Canada high, France high, and Ireland low. Ireland is low because it is not greater than 25, and Canada and France are high because they are. So we can see we can use conditional logic to process our data into our dictionary. In this video, we took a look at dictionary comprehension. While similar to list comprehension, it does have its differences where we have to account for the key expression and the value expression. We saw the basic syntax where we use a for loop to iterate over an iterable and define the key value pairs that go into our dictionary. Dictionary comprehension will always return a dictionary, hence its name. We saw that we could use dictionary comprehension with filtering through a condition. It is an optional condition. The optional condition is always an expression that returns a Boolean value of true or false. And we saw that we could use methods and conditional logic to process data into our resulting dictionary from the comprehension.